what on earth is going on. I've never gone live on YouTube before, so what happens now then? Oh, it's okay. Fine. Okay, so I don't give a fuck about Instagram. I'll just move. I'm testing my soap batter. So I think maybe it's got too much water still left in it. That's why it's so like this, because normally the soap batter is really quite hard, but because I had it covered, like the water wasn't evaporating off it and I wasn't heating it continuously, so I think that might be why it's white, apart from being a dual lye soap. So it only took a few more minutes. And also this is perfectly stable as well, it's not splitting apart, it's been like this since yesterday. And I did test the pH and it soaked completely into the paper, and also it's very bubbly as well. And in fact I did some laundry with it. I wish I'd put the lid back on before I did this. Never mind. Yes, so it's very bubbly. I did some laundry with it. They're just constantly causing me problems. And Instagram is just the latest aspect of it. I expect this, and I'm surprised that it's taken them this long to be doing this. Because they were already like persecuting me for completely innocuous things, like way back in 2009 and especially in 2010. So yes, it's definitely soap. I just don't know as I'm not 100% sure as as it's liquid soap paste, why it's white and not a sort of brownish colour. But anyway, it's very nice, and the lather's very nice, and it doesn't leave any oil residue, and just gonna I can't rinse them in there. Yeah, I mean, it leaves my hands squeaky clean. It's bubbling like soap. And now, like, I think this isn't concentrated enough to give a reaction. No, it isn't. I can't really do anything about that now without getting it in a smaller container. I suppose I could tip some of this out and put some more soap in. Now my hands are wet and I don't want to be wetting my soap paste. It wasn't really very much paste I put back in there. It has gone a bit greenish, it's just very diluted. But anyway, I'm not even intending to dilute this. I'm just going to use it as it is. Is that going to be any better? Yeah, well, it's gone a bit green, but it's still more diluted than what it would normally be that I'm testing that I'm testing it in. But I could put some lime. So what I'm gonna do, if they shut down my Instagram completely, I'll just open another one. I'll make a new email and open another Instagram account, because The only reason I've got an Instagram account, because I never used to post on it, was so that I could look at other people's photos. So I think it was a 24-hour ban from live streaming. But what I'm going to do is, I might go back to live streaming on Instagram. I might just carry on live streaming on YouTube for the time being. But I mean, quite a long time ago, they kept deleting my videos because they said there was copyright content on them, like music or something like that, when there wasn't even any music on it at all. So it's not the first time that they've adopted this strategy. I think I've washed all the stuff out of it. It's gone kind of white. I'll put another one in. Anyway, when I did this yesterday, yeah, you see, that's it. It's green. And that's what we want. It was just too diluted for it to show up before. Yes, we didn't want it to be purple, we wanted it to be green. Let me put the lid back on this now, I don't need it anymore. Yeah, I did some laundry with it yesterday and it was perfectly fine. Now I've washed it out again. No, not too much, there we are. So there was still bits of purple on it when I was testing it yesterday before they turned my live stream off again. Because the other thing is, even if they don't, I've got another Instagram account already, but I've forgotten the password for it. What I'll do is I'll create another email and create another Instagram account if I want to continue live streaming on Instagram and carry on with this ridiculous crap. I just move on, you see, because they're always doing things like this to me, shutting me down when I'm talking about what I'm experiencing, so I just move on. I don't even bother with them, because as I've said, it's the same game plan over and over again. Like, it never changes, and they've been doing it for 15 years, and it's exactly the same. It never changes. I just move on. I don't even bother hanging around, bothering about it. So yeah, I only made this to take away with me anyway, not all of it, I mean, I'm not going to need all of that. But I was just, because I'm thinking very carefully about what I need to take to stay for a week, you see, because I won't need to carry food for a start like I did last time, only a little bit, because I'm just going to go shopping and buy food while I'm there. Food to prepare, and I didn't want to be wasting time when I went before for just a small amount of time. I didn't want to be wasting time going away somewhere else to do some shopping. But if I'm staying for a week, that's plenty of time for me to go to the nearest town and buy things, maybe even twice if I need to. That still leaves me plenty of time to be around where I want to be, so... So yeah, so I'm thinking very carefully about what I want to take with me, and so that's why I've made this, and a lot of things I'm preparing already in order, and thinking about what I'm going to need. So it's not 24 hours yet since they banned me from live streaming, so I might be able to live stream on Instagram again tomorrow. Perhaps if I'd waited until later I could have, but it was already after 7 o'clock I think when they banned me from live streaming. So I'm just going to prepare my breakfast grains and strain my kefir this evening. I'm going to take this out of the way. I might try diluting a bit of that paste to see what it looks like, because I've never had paste that's turned out white before, and I doubt very much whether I'm going to get clear soap with it. But I've got good soap for washing my clothes with. That's what I wanted, so I'm happy with it anyway. So, when the soap had formed, I weighed the soap paste, and there was just over 700 grams of soap paste. So I added a teaspoon and a half of borax to it as well, to bring down the pH and to act as a preservative, with 40 millilitres of deionised water. So about this much extra water. Where are we? About that much extra water I added in with a teaspoon and a half of borax. I think I might try and dissolve some now. The thing is, I've forgotten to put all the stuff in as well. The thing is, it takes a while to dissolve, but I may be able to like blend it to make it dissolve quicker. See if that works out. Yeah, I'm going to do that. I'm going to try and dissolve a little bit to see what the soap liquid looks like, I mean, not just the soap paste, because that might give me some insight into why it's white as well. It might just be that it's still got a lot of water in, because it does go white around the edges when I'm dissolving it, so that might be the reason why. Yeah, so that fell off the wall. I don't know which way around this live stream is, I've got no idea. Oh my, I can't believe this. There's people watching my live stream, that never happens. I'm certainly not making comments anyway. Yeah, so that fell off the wall when I slammed it, so I've got my fire extinguisher down here. I've glued it back on with no more nails. I glued it on before with no more nails. I'm going to go and try and dilute my soap. It's kind of stressed me out having people watching the live stream. I've taken my soap out as well. Well, it smells like soap. It's got a lot of bubbles in it though, so that'll make it white anyway. So I'm going to have to wait until the bubbles subside to see what it looks like. I'm going to sieve it into here, see if there's any stuff left in. And then I'll leave it till the bubbles subside. And I never thought of that, you see. Just make sure there aren't any more lumps in it. That's what I'm doing this for. I want to see if it's white, you see. I want to see what colour the paste is. That's going to take ages to... it's just completely white. But I think a lot of... it's just frothy. Yeah, I've just... what I've done is I've just made a lot of froth. So probably I'd have been better stirring that in. But anyway, we'll see. It showered plaster all over my kitchen when it fell off, and I think it has cracked the thing, but I can't remember whether the tiles were cracked before, because a lot of them were already cracked anyway, like when I first moved in. So interesting. Can't really show the bottom of the jug. Can't tell whether it's going to be clear or not. It might be. So it's looking just the same colour as liquid soap, so I think maybe it is white. Maybe there's a lot of air in it as well. Because I did, well, I don't know that I blended it more than usual. Yeah, it's, the bottom of it, it's a kind of yellowish colour. And it looks clear. The more the froth is dissipating, it looks clear. So I'm thinking it is just that it's got the soap batter's got too much water remaining in it, which I don't mind. It's not a problem. The soap paste, I mean, not the soap batter, had too much water remaining in it, and that's what's given it the white colour, I think. They keep removing videos from my YouTube channel as well. So it's just more of the same crap, it never changes. Like, I mean it literally, it's exactly the same game plan that's, they've been perpetrating against me for 15 years everywhere. By everybody, all of the time. It never changes. It really never changes. And they still think I'm going to be taken in by it. You know, the mind manipulation. I'm pretending things are going to be over when they've done it like, I don't know how many million times before. It's ridiculous. That was messy. Okay. So what am I going to do with this? I'm going to spoon the froth off the top and then I'm going to pour the bottom bit into a clear container so I can show what my soap looks like. Looks like beer, to be honest. I'm going to keep this to use it. I'll just put it back in the jug in a minute. Yeah, so it's too diluted, so it's going to, I just need to leave it a couple of minutes and for the froth to clear again. So there it is. It's too much diluted. I put too much water in. But it's the kind of yellowish colour. Have I got anything white I can put behind it? Hang on. What's this? It's the kind of yellowish colour that I expect liquid soap to be. I can see that it's more yellow than it's looking in the camera. And so it's perfectly fine. It's just got so much water in it. That's the soap paste, that's why it's white. There's nothing wrong with it, I mean. Yeah, so I didn't put any more water, a higher proportion of water in. Yeah, and that's dual lye soap as well. So I wasn't sure whether it was going to be clear or cloudy or what. When I live stream in future, if I live stream on YouTube, I might do it as an unlisted video, and because I don't really want people commenting on it. I don't want to involve myself with anybody, I mean, because what they'll do is they'll start off making nice comments for about a day or two. And then they'll start insulting me, because that's another part of the game plan, you see. This is why I don't want any interactions with people, because this is what they always do. So I just don't want people watching it and commenting on it, because it's the same game plan, they're just going to do the same thing. Or now, like, I've just been doing what you might call secular things, and now I'm about to read my Bible, so they'll probably start insulting me for that, or insulting me for saying a prayer or something, because they never do anything different, it's all controlled, and the game plan is exactly the same. So, 1 Kings 15. Now in the 18th year of King Jeroboam, son of Nebat, Abijam began to reign over Judah. He reigned for 3 years in Jerusalem. His mother's name was Maacah, daughter of Abishalom. He committed all the sins that his father did before him. I've read this before, when I've opened it. His heart was not true to the Lord his God, like the heart of his father David. Nevertheless, for David's sake, the Lord gave him a lamp in Jerusalem. I'm not going to read this again, because I've read this before when I've opened it. Sirach 25. I take pleasure in 3 things, and they are beautiful in the sight of the God and of mortals. Agreement among brothers and sisters, friendship among neighbours, and a wife and a husband who live in harmony. I hate 3 kinds of people, and I loathe their manner of life. A pauper who boasts, a rich person who lies, and an old fool who commits adultery. If you gather nothing in your youth, how can you find anything in your old age? How attractive is sound judgment in the grey-haired, and for the aged to possess good counsel. How attractive is wisdom in the aged, and understanding and counsel in the venerable. Rich experience is the crown of the aged, and their boast is the fear of the Lord. I can think of 9 whom I would call blessed, and a 10th my tongue proclaims. A man who can rejoice in his children, a man who lives to see the downfall of his foes. Happy the man who lives with a sensible wife, and the one who does not plough with ox and ass together. Happy is the one who does not sin with the tongue, and the one who has not served an inferior. Happy is the one who finds a friend, and the one who speaks to attentive listeners. How great is the one who finds wisdom, but none is superior to the one who fears the Lord. Fear of the Lord surpasses everything, to whom we To whom can we compare the one who has it? Any wound, but not a wound of the heart. Any wickedness, but not the wickedness of a woman. Any suffering, but not the suffering from those who hate. And any vengeance, but not the vengeance of enemies. There is no venom worse than a snake's venom, and no anger worse than a woman's wrath. I would rather live with a lion and a dragon than live with an evil woman. A woman's wickedness changes her appearance, and darkens her face like that of a bear. Her husband sits among the neighbours, and he cannot help sighing bitterly. Any iniquity is small compared to a woman's iniquity. May a sinner's lot befall her. A sandy ascent for the feet of the aged, such is a garrulous wife to a quiet husband. Do not be ensnared by a woman's beauty, and do not desire a woman for her possessions. There is wrath and impudence and great disgrace when a wife supports her husband. There is wrath and impudence and great disgrace when a wife supports her husband. Dejected mind, gloomy face, and wounded heart come from an evil wife. Drooping hands and weak knees come from the wife who does not make her husband happy. From a woman, sin had its beginning, and because of her we all die. Allow no outlet to water, and no boldness of speech to an evil wife. If she does not go as you direct, separate her from yourself. Well, I don't need a bookmark. I'm putting this away. Smells like soap as well, so I'm happy with it. Now I've figured out why it's white. Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done, on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses, as we forgive those who trespass against us. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. Amen. I don't know how to switch this off. Oops. Are you sure that you want to stop streaming?